All right, so I got some Star Wars stuff I want to go over here. I'm going to talk about some weird stuff they're doing with Luke Skywalker, some delays that Star Wars The High Republic is facing, and how companies are trying to push for Solo 2, which I find funny. But first, I want to start here. So Star Wars website writer claims he was fired for supporting Rose Tico. Okay, that's not really exactly how this happened. I'm going to go over this article a little bit and tell you what really happened here because it's pretty misleading. Well, the article's not misleading. What's misleading is Alex Kane, the writer who was let go, the way he's framing this. So I want to go over that. I tried to go to his Twitter. I was, of course, blocked. I had to go under my other accounts so that I could go look at his stuff. And he, of course, writes for several outlets. They're exactly who you probably think they are. All NPC-oriented gaming sites and so on, like Nerdist and so on. And I see him like promoting NPC mob achievements and stuff. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I know what your background is here. Now, what's funny, here's the thing. So this guy's a freelancer. Now, if you've been following the comics stuff that I've covered for the past couple of years, you would know that freelancers at Marvel and DC Comics, pretty much in the comic book industry, are all nasty. They can say and do whatever they want. Customer comes along, they can give them the finger. They can spit on them, tell them to get out of here, we don't need your money. They can pretty much do whatever they want in the comic book industry. But things are a little bit different with Star Wars. When we saw Chuck Wendig get fired, because he was talking about how he wanted to put people that vote a certain way into the wood chipper. That ended up getting him kicked out. And it was really funny to watch that because all the comic book people were like, oh, I can't believe that they did that. Because in the comic book industry, you can say and do whatever you want. Now, it's funny here because Disney owns Marvel, so I'm shocked that they don't apply the same standards to Marvel as they are for Disney here. But what happened? Let's go over what happened here. So, Star Wars website writer Alex Kane, who wrote a number of articles about replaying classic Star Wars games like Episode 1, Racer, Republic Commando, and X-Wing Alliance, claims he was fired from writing for the site for his support of Rose Tico. He was writing for StarWars.com. I want to point that out. That's like the main, website. Kane took to Twitter earlier this month where he wrote, finally got removed from the contributors section of StarWars.com for not liking one bad movie. He added, I wrote for them for almost 3 years. It's a bummer. Kane then detailed that Disney was attempting to silence him. He explained, anyways, freelancers, all you have is your voice, and companies like Disney will absolutely work to silence it in the minute you speak the truth about saying anything honest. Or saying anything, stay honest. He then detailed that he was fired because of his support for Rose Tico. Kane wrote, to be clear, this was a small, symbolic gesture that affects little, and yet I've known it was coming since the moment I tweeted Rose Tico deserved better. He added, but if they wait a few months, they can just deny this. I will be fine. He elaborated, I knew this would happen the moment I joined in with the Where's Rose crowd, but it still hurts. It's symbolic, but ugly and petty. He also indicated that he hadn't written for the site since November or December. It's not I haven't written for the site since November or December, and they were probably the lowest paying client I've worked with in the last 4 years. Searching his profile, which is still available on StarWars.com, his last article was published on December 12th, 2019, titled Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Connects to the Larger World of Star Wars. Before that, he had not written for the website since September when he wrote the article titled 10 Essential Star Wars Games You Can Play Right Now. Kane would explain that his work is still featured on the website and his profile can still be viewed, but that he was removed from their featured contributors section found at the bottom of the news plus blog category. Yeah, the work's still there. I'm talking about the little featured contributors section. It's a small thing. So here's the thing. A couple things here. They might just not be hiring him because they didn't like his work. He's a freelancer. technically can't fire him. They just don't hire him back. So there's two theories I have on this. I have two theories. One, they actually fired him. Well, not fired, just aren't going to hire him again. Two, they just don't want to hire him again, and he's pushing this out now so that there's outrage to maybe get him some work there again. I'm going to say it's number one. So it's funny, he mentions here, he says, my work's still up. Well, of course it's still up. They paid you for it. They own the work. They can absolutely keep that work still up there. But here's the thing. What's he doing? What's he claiming he did here? He trashed their product. Now, I don't work for Disney. I could sit on here and say Last Jedi sucks and Rise of the Skywalker sucks all day long. It doesn't matter. This is my channel. This is my opinions. Disney doesn't give me any money. Okay. This man writes for their website and gets paid by them. If you work for StarWars.com and you get on Twitter and you start trashing your boss, they have every right to fire you. And this is what I find funny about this. And, you know, Disney owns Marvel, but Marvel can run around and do whatever they want. But when it comes to Star Wars, Disney will clamp down. They don't do it all the time, but they will. You know, you see High Republic people, and we're going to talk about High Republic. They're sitting around trashing customers and stuff. That's all fine and dandy, but when you criticize the product, they get rid of them. It's kind of strange. But if this is true, and he really is let go from StarWars.com, well, what did you expect, Alex? You're sitting here saying Rose Tico deserved better and Rise of the Skywalker stinks, and you expect to keep working for StarWars.com? Rise of the Skywalker was getting blasted by my channel, several other channels, mainstream critics. It didn't have an easy path to success. So if they see their own employees sitting there trashing the movie, I think it's safe to assume that they probably don't like that. And then I think that they were justified in getting rid of you. You're a freelancer. You have a voice. That's right. And they have a choice and a voice, and they can choose not to fire you or not to hire you back. That's exactly what they can do, and it looks like they did. You can't. If I was hiring people, I'm definitely not going to hire the person who says that my stuff sucks. You know, it's like, oh yeah, let me hire this guy right here. He's a great guy to have for the company. What do you think was going to happen, Alex? It's not Marvel. They actually pay attention to Star Wars for some reason. They don't seem to care about what happens with the Marvel brand and the people that are associated with it. But they do seem to care about Star Wars, which I find funny because the Marvel brand is a much bigger moneymaker than Star Wars. The Marvel movies are the Star Wars movies of this generation. Okay. And those movies, that franchise is bigger and it makes more money. That's just a fact. It wasn't always that way, but the way Disney has handled this franchise has definitely made it so. You would think that they would be a little bit more protective of the Marvel brand, but they aren't. So what you did was stupid, Alex. You can't run around and criticize your employer and expect to be hired back for more work. You're a freelancer. They can just, not bring you back. And it seems like that's exactly what they did. Maybe next time don't criticize your boss. I know you're a part of that NPC cult and you want to jump in with the movements and have that loud activist voice all the time, Alex. But if you want to keep your job, it's probably not the best idea to say that their products suck. So I also said I was going to talk about High Republic a little bit, just a little bit more of an update though. So it has been delayed to January 2021. What is this? If you don't know, this is of course was the start of their big book series because they obviously want to take the future of the franchise to the well, we would call it the Old Republic, but they're pretty much taking Old Republic concepts and calling them the High Republic so that they can have Yoda and stuff like that. So they're gonna salvage that stuff and try to make a Disney spin on it. The writers are incredibly nasty, as usual, towards the fan base, so I'm expecting this to probably not be good. It's pretty much the same coalition of people that have been writing all of the garbage in entertainment for a while now. This is probably going to be terrible stuff. We'll see what happens. Charles Soule is writing one book. He's actually not that bad. He's one of the few on there that are okay. We'll see what happens. I will definitely read this stuff when it comes out. But it's delayed. You know why it's delayed? Because of everything going on right now. This also I wanted to talk about. So this was really weird. I almost was going to make a video on it, but I decided not to. So they're doing some kind of retelling for the books, like doing a comic book. And look how they're making Luke look. Now, I saw some people saying that this is just an Italian style, but it's just kind of strange, all the weird things you see them doing to Luke, and you see this. He looks like a lady. Now, the lips are somebody went on here and colored the lips in. We have some clear pictures right here from Just Some Guy. I guess somebody changed that and gave them, because they're saturated, it looks like he has lipstick. The original didn't. But it's just like, this doesn't look like Luke Skywalker to me. Anyway, that's it, guys. I don't have much else. I just really wanted to talk about that guy who's trying to spin it like, I was fired for supporting Rhodes Tico. No, you were fired because you work for Disney and you were criticizing their product. All right, this whole, he must have been hanging out with too many people in the comic book industry. Yeah, we can say whatever we want. No, you can't say whatever you want. You're a freelancer, correct. You're not technically an employee of theirs, but you do work for them. Probably not the best idea to criticize them and say their product sucks. They don't have to bring you back. Sorry. Next time, I guess this is hard adult lessons learned for this guy. Like, don't, that's Disney, not Marvel. Well, Marvel owns Disney. And that's like what I said. I'm confused to why they don't protect that brand more, but whatever. I guess they don't realize what they have until it's gone, I guess. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Give me your thoughts on that. Also, if you would, share the video, throw a like up, make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.